Hi, and welcome to part 1 of Make It a Smash. This is a tutorial on how to make your very own smash book. It's one of the most popular things that came out of winter CHA. A smash book can be used as an artist journal, a place to hold memorabilia, to jot down ideas, recipes, thoughts, whatever you want it to be. Now, the first thing that we're going to do today is to determine what size you want to make your smash book and what kind of materials that you're going to use within your smash book. So this is the size. This is a 12 by 9 piece of chipboard that I happen to have. And what I did was I just cut it in half. So I made it 2 covers. These are my covers. These are my 6 by 9 covers. And then I just took the one cover and I took the biggest stamps that I had and I decided to label mine called Smash It. And then I took some Copic markers and I colored it in. The next thing that I wanted to do was I determined that I wanted mine sections. And my sections, I decided I was going to have 6 sections. So I took my 8.5 by 11 craft cardstock that I bought. I took 3 sheets and cut those in half, which gave me 6 dividers. So this is going to be my 6 dividers. And then I took a Marvy punch and I punched out some tabs. And my tabs are here. I'm going to put them on here and they're going to go the whole way down. So these are the colors that are going to be seen throughout my smash book. You can customize yours the way that you want. So I'm going to kind of go with a tan, craft color, orange, this teal color, lime green, and some white or off-white. Here's how the tabs turn out. Since your cover is 6 inches and the inside page is 5.5, the tabs stay on the inside of the book. The inside pages of mine, they're going to consist of some scrapbook paper, because when I looked online at what the people had in their smash book, there were a lot of blank pages, a lot of pages that were printed on. So I just took some of my favorite scrapbook paper that I haven't used in a while, and I cut it to 8.5 by 5.5 to fit into my smash book. And there we go. Okay. The next thing I did, you could pick out some cool paper. So this is like a vellum, and I'm just going to bind it in there with everything else. My printer happens to print out graph paper, so I thought, well, wouldn't this be fun to have some graph paper? And I, again, printed it on my printer at 8.5 by 11, cut it in half, and I'm going to bind that in there for sketches. Below is the web page for the PDFs that I designed. You can download them for free if you want to use them. They're 2 up on a sheet. You can just cut them in half and use both left and right, or just use one or the other. Inside of the EK Success K&Co Smash Book, you have folder pages. So what I did was I just made this little folder, and it's going to have to be bound on this side. And I wanted to get 2 folders out of it, so that's why it isn't glued or anything. I'll just put a little strip of double-sided tape there, and you're good to go, and it'll be bound inside. And you can slip in things, you know, that you don't want to necessarily glue down. And here's all you have to do. You simply cut an 12 by 12 sheet of paper in half. You measure down from the top to 8.5. You measure over 5.5. We're going to actually keep this. I put an X here, but this is actually your flap that you're going to want to keep. So you're actually going to cut this off. This is going to stay because this makes your flap. So when you trim it out, it'll look like that. And then you can just give it a little angle if you want. And then you can score it and fold it up, and then I'll have 2 pockets. that's about it. So let's make it a smash. Thanks for joining me in making your very own smash book. Part 2, I'll go over how I chose my tab titles, and then I'll show you how to put it all together.